All right, so we've done a lot of work with rehab exercises using the set for set bands, but what I want to work on today is a little bit of a strengthening exercise. So what we're going to do is a Nordic hamstring curl with a band assistance. If you can progress to a lighter band, definitely do that, but it's a very difficult exercise. So I'm going to use my gray set for set band because it is the heaviest band, it gives me the most assistance on this Nordic hamstring curl. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to set yourself up in a rack like this. I have a barbell pinned here against the rack, and I also have an ab mat. Yoga mat works really well as well. And this is for your knees. This is so that your feet don't fly up as you're doing the Nordic hamstring curl. From here, I'm going to wrap the band around the rack here. Good, nice and tight. And then I'm going to set my feet underneath the barbell and put my knees on the ab mat right here, and then the band goes overhead. This is where it starts to get a little bit tricky. You have to keep your hips locked out. If you start to bend your hips, that changes the exercise just slightly, makes it a little bit more glute dominant. But if you keep your glutes locked, this is really going to hit the hamstrings very hard. So band over the shoulders. I'm holding it here just so it stays in place. I'm going to lean forward as far as I can, keeping my hips forward, and then pull with my hamstrings back up. The band is going to assist you most of the way, but as I get to the top, right about here, the band tension ends, and I have to kick in just with my hamstrings to finish that pull. You want to go as low as you can while still maintaining good form. So as soon as my hips break back, that's no longer the exercise that you want. It's still something, but that's not the Nordic hamstring curl. You really want to make sure that your hips stay fully extended. You go as far out as you can and then pull yourself back up. I like doing this in around sets of 8 to 10. If you start to go too much, then the hamstrings really fatigue. They can start to cramp up. You want to make sure that you're doing enough and kind of easing yourself into it because it is a very targeted hamstring movement. Start with a thick band. If you want to progress to lighter bands, go ahead and do that, but really make sure that you have it under control. Make sure that it's not too much tension, too much load on your hamstrings before you progress to that lighter band.